Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I am Chavi Gupta, your online mentor. In today's video, I will talk about how is work-life balance for jobs after MBA. You all know that after MBA jobs are a little bit, don't have a very good name for work-life balance. But before we get started, I will first talk about what really is work-life balance. Well, work-life balance is sort of like how many hours you're giving to work versus how many hours you're giving to the rest of your life. And the sort of balance between that is what is known as work-life balance. So number of hours is one metric of measuring work-life balance. I personally think there are like three metrics that measure work-life balance. First one of them is the number of hours that we have discussed. Second one of them is sort of how many free days you are able to get. And the third one is sort of related to the stress or anxiety you feel on work-free days as well. So first, let's just go by the metric definition of work-life balance. How many hours do people work versus how many hours do they have a life? Well, overall, on an average, in an after MBA job, the work week could actually differ a lot in terms of the number of hours. So it could go from somewhere like 80 hours a week, which is a lot. It could be sometimes a little more also, to somewhat like 40 hours a week, which is considered as industry standard in terms of numbers, but is followed in very, very less companies. And sort of the entire range between it based on, how many hours you're working sort of on an everyday. So this sort of measures how many hours you have worked over a week and talking about the average in it in say a few months or year or more than that. Personally, I think that overall your work week or work-life balance depends on four key things. First one is the sector or the industry that you are working at. Second is the company that you are working at. Third one is sort of your role, your own role, how much does it demand? And fourth one is the project phase that you're working in, the project you're working in, etc. I would consider like the fourth one is very, very variable, and in any company, you might have some time or the other when you have to work a little more because there's some client-facing deliverable that you have to do, or there's some time-sensitive thing that you have to do. So let's just ignore the last one for now. Let's talk about the first one, the sector-dependent work-life balance. So overall, I think there are like some 5-6 key sectors where you can get a job after an MBA. There's finance, there's consulting, there's product management, there's marketing, there's HR, and there could be other things like operations, supply chain, etc. The one which has sort of, and all of these numbers are going to be averages and just across, based on what I know from my friends and from the industry and a lot more. So I will get started with sort of, what numbers you can estimate. In finance, in general, except from corporate finance, in IB, PE, VC, the work hour would be 80 hours a week. Okay. In consulting, what is general, what is expected in major consulting firms is sort of like 60 hours a week. In marketing, it is like around 45 to 50 hours a week. In HR also, I can expect around 40 to 45 hours a week. In product management, it depends a lot from company to company and the phase they are in, but I can estimate from like 45 to 55 hours or 60 hours sometimes a week. And in operations and all of that also, I would just say like around 50 hours a week. This is very, very broad, very, very average. So do not take it like as the final number if you are entering any industry. But that said, as I said, this also depends a lot on the company that you are in. And in every company, there will be like some sort of culture which defines your overall work-life balance. And that would mean like how much are your peers working, how much are your seniors working, how much is it expected in general, how much continuous cutthroat competition that is there. The higher the competition, higher the number of work hours, how much of a workload there generally is. And this depends on like what are the external dependencies. The more external clients you have, the number of work hours could just rise based on that. So yes, it is very company dependent basis. That talking about how your role certainly defines work-life balance is like right after MBA, when you enter a company, you are expected to take ownership, but you're also expected to learn a lot about the company overall, and that in itself increases the working hours quite a lot. Once you are like through, say, some 7-10 years into the firm, your work hours would certainly decrease. But that does not mean that, you will not be thinking about work. That means you'll always be thinking, probably you'll be working a little less. So yes, that is how your overall working hours are defined. The second parameter that I consider in terms of, in terms of measuring work-life balance is how free are your non-work days. So how free are your weekends? How free are your holidays? How free are you, when you are taking a leave? How sure you are that your leave won't be cancelled, etc. This is very, very company culture dependent. Like, just giving an example, consulting, however, it might have long working hours, but on holidays, on weekends, generally, they're sure that, okay, people don't have to work. So that is something, the second parameter to work-life balance. Again, very company dependent, sometimes sector dependent, but generally most of the sectors do not expect you to work on weekends, do not expect you to work on like leave days unless you have an external dependency. Well, the other holidays would just depend on the company, how many leaves they have. So that is what the second one is about. The third parameter is something that is not measured generally. You will not find it in reports, you will not find it when people talk about it in general, because there's no quantitative measure of it. But the third factor for me is how much are you thinking about work on your non-work hours or non-work days. Now, let's just try to understand it. What happens is, even if sometimes you are not working on a Sunday, but you are very anxious about Monday, that, oh, tomorrow there's this presentation, I have to be very good, or, and this happens generally, usually, continuously. So if this is something that is happening, that you're thinking about Monday, then you're thinking like, okay, even if there's no work assigned to me, even if I'm not asked to work on a Sunday, I'll just work a few hours so that rest of my week, goes fine. It basically means that even when you're not given work, you're not assigned work, you're not asked to work on a weekend, you still feel like, let me work a few hours so that the next week that I have is a bit more sorted. Well, that is thinking about work on your non-working days. If you are continuously thinking about work, that means you're not really getting that essential break from your work. That means that you are not able to, just rejuvenate outside work. That means you still have some dependency that, you continuously have to think about work, go about work. Other things like this would be continuous emails on weekends, messages about work, asking about work, even if not giving it, making you do or something. So, well, this is the third bit. Many of Indian companies are guilty of the third one. I think a very significant chunk of employees continue to think about work even on non-working hours, and it is stressful. So wherever you are, wherever you are planning to work, I hope that this helped you to just get some sense of what work-life balance is after MBA. After MBA, you are expected to work hard because you are going at a good enough position in a company. You're expected to take ownership of things. You're expected to drive things. You're expected to learn quickly, grow quickly, build a team, help them grow, and a lot more. So there are tons and tons of responsibilities that you have. That is why work-life balance cannot be like, okay, I just log in for 6 hours a day or 8 hours a day and I have to shut it off. It's not really that. You are expected to be a little more flexible, if not with the number of hours, at least with the timing, that okay, as soon as my team needs me, I need to be there for some amount of hours and something of that sort. So that is why it is life or work life after MBA has a little less work-life balance as compared to the work before MBA. But that is what is the expectation of the companies when they are hiring you. So I hope that this video helped you just understand what are the different types of parameters to understand work-life balance, how you should really measure it. In case you are targeting any particular company, you should ask these 3 questions, these 3 parameters that I talked about today. To the LMs, to the people who are working there, and that might probably give you a better idea of how is the work life at that particular company. So good luck. Hope you get a good work-life balance in the company that you're joining. Take care. I'll see you again Sunday 7 p.m. in the live Q&A session. Till then, do join all the social media channels, different channels that I'm on. I post continuous content. And if you like the video, please like, subscribe, share, and comment. Provide me your feedback. Thank you so much. Take care.